A major court victory for an Arizona woman who sat on death row for more than 2 decades, convicted of killing her 4-year-old son.
Today, the state Supreme Court ruled Deborah Jean Milkey cannot be tried again because of double jeopardy. Milkey was convicted of killing her son Christopher in 1989. That conviction was thrown out 2 years ago because prosecutors did not disclose a history of misconduct by the case investigator.
9 Your Side's Whitney Clark is in the newsroom. Whitney, what's next for Milkey?
Yeah, Stella. Well, today's ruling means Milkey is one step closer to having her case permanently dismissed. In fact, last Friday, she also filed a lawsuit against the city of Phoenix, Maricopa County, and others because she says she didn't get a fair trial. Today, I spoke with an attorney who says he's not surprised by the state Supreme Court's ruling. Deborah Milkey will stay a free woman after the Supreme Court ruled today she can't be tried again for murder. In a statement today, Maricopa County Attorney Bill Montgomery said, in part, it's a dark day for Arizona's criminal justice system. He said the Arizona Supreme Court has deprived victims, in particular Christopher Milkey, of their rights to a fair trial. Meanwhile, some argue that Milkey wasn't given a fair trial from the beginning.
It's really sad and a travesty that she had to spend literally decades in jail on a case that was tainted due to prosecutorial misconduct.
Michael Picaretta is a local attorney and has followed Milkey's case over the years. When Milkey was initially on trial, one key piece of evidence was unrecorded statements Milkey made to a police officer. Turns out that police officer had a history of being untruthful, something Picaretta says the jury didn't know. He says the prosecution withheld that piece of evidence, and if the jury had known the officer's past, the outcome may have been different. While today's ruling is a win for Milkey, Picaretta says it's an example of why the death penalty should be abolished.
Without such safeguards or without abolishment, people like this in a different state, in a different time, and without very diligent lawyers, which she finally had, there could have been a different outcome.
Today, Picaretta told me that there's really nothing more the prosecution can do now to retry Milkey. While she spent years behind bars, he also says it would be very difficult for her to get any money in damages. In the newsroom, Whitney Clark, KGUN-9 on your side.
Whitney.